the spiritual importance of the new moon and how to use its power. We know that the Hebrew calendar goes on the lunar cycles of the new moon. Every new moon is a new month, except for the celebration of the Passover. That is on the full moon, which is about 2 weeks after the new moon. Now, the new moon represents the beginning of the lunar cycle that occurs about every 29 days. When there is a new moon, the earth, the moon, and the sun are in a row. You cannot see the new moon in the sky because at this time the moon sits between the earth and the sun, with the sun shining on the side of the moon that we cannot see. So why is this phase of the moon important to us in our lives? If the moon is so powerful, it's responsible for the movement of the oceans, the tides, the growth of plants, and we as humans are affected by this powerful energy as well. The importance of the new moon is the opportunity to launch new dreams and desires, some say. A new moon symbolizes new principles. You could use the energy of the new moon to achieve your goals and start new things, and during the new moon, take time to reflect on your old goals and set new ones. This is, of course, every single month. This moment is a special moment. It's a perfect opportunity to start something new. So this is how they say you use the energy of the new moon. The energy of the new moon is powerful. Activating this energy can support your dreams and desires, and we can harness the energy of this new moon to fulfill our visions and desires by creating a ritual. And it should be done when you are calm. You light a candle or a little incense and listen to your heart and write on paper what you really want. Don't ask too much and keep your list simple and small with no more than 10 goals or wishes, and be clear in your intentions. The formulations of wishes or goals is important, and you should try to capture the feelings that your desire causes. And remember that you have to feel and wish the right, the positive. If not, then you have to wait until the next time and make that wish when you feel positive. Now, your wishes should not be focused on other people. You cannot change them, but you can wish for changes in your own behavior that will positively influence and encourage changes in other people and our world around us. Try and write your wishes when the new moon is possible, within 9 hours of its appearance, and make a contract with yourself by writing them. Here are some simple ways to create a new moon prayer for yourself. Clear your energy and concentrate. Take a bath with bath salts to purify your energy. Sage leaves, and connect with the elements of the air, water, fire, and the earth, and set your intentions boldly and courageously. And you write, saying it aloud as well, by saying that you are symbolizing your intentions and expressing your goals. And also express gratitude, the belief from your heart and soul that you are giving the process, and express gratitude. And then act. After this, take steps towards your goals every day, and you'll be amazed at what is revealed between the current and next new moon, an event interval. Now, what was this new moon that was celebrated in the Hebrew calendar? It's Rosh Chodesh, or Rosh Chodesh, the beginning of the month, the head of the month, that is. Rosh means head. It's the name of the first day of every month, marking the birth of the new moon, considered a minor holiday akin to the intermediate days of Passover and Sukkot. And the origin comes from the book of Exodus of the Old Testament, establishing the beginning of the Hebrew calendar. Quote, "And the Lord spoke unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall mark for you the beginning of the months. It shall be the first of the months of the year for you." 12:1-2. And the book of Numbers, God speaks of the celebration of the new moon to Moses. Book of Numbers 10:10. "And on your joyous occasions, your fixed festivals and new moon days, you shall sound the trumpets over your burnt offerings and your sacrifices of well-being. In Psalm 81, verse 3, both new and full moon are mentioned as a time of recognition by the Hebrews. Quote, blow the trumpet at the time of the new moon, at the full moon, on our solemn feast day, for this is a salute, a statute for Israel, a law of the God of Jacob. End quote. The occurrence of Rosh Chodesh was originally confirmed on the testimony of witnesses observing the new moon. After the Sanhedrin declared Rosh Chodesh for either a full moon, full month, or a defective 29-day month, news of it would then be communicated throughout Israel and the diaspora. A custom was developed in which an additional day could be added to the month to ensure that certain holidays, such as Yom Kippur, would not fall on the days before or after Shabbat. The traditional observances during that evening service of Rosh Chodesh, a prayer of Yahweh, or is added to the Avodah, prayer for the restoration of the temple, and a segment of the Amidah. And during the morning service, it's recited again, and half Hallel, Psalm 113 to 118, is recited, except on Rosh Chodesh Tevet, which is during Hanukkah, when full Hallel is recited. In the book of Numbers 28, 1 to 15, indicating the offerings of the full moon, the beginning of the month, is read, and an additional prayer service called Musaf is added to commemorate the original sacrifice in the temple, and the middle blessing is Rosh Hadashim. After the service, many recite Psalm 104. The prayer is also inserted in the grace after meals, and many have a custom to make sure to eat a special meal in honor of the first day of the month, the full moon, the new moon. And as the Code of Jewish Law suggests, and this gives one the opportunity to recite Ya Le Ve Yavo in the grace of after meals. And some also sing Psalm 104 during this meal. So you can understand how important it was for the Hebrew calendar, every new moon. This is according to Wikipedia. Now, as for the early Christian church, I'm sure they kept these prayers as well. Because let's remember, most of the first Christians were Hebrews themselves. Now, the announcement, Rosh Chodesh is a day after a new moon at 6 in the evening. That's when the new day starts, Jerusalem time. That's 4 o'clock universal, meaning a London Greenwich. But yes, 6 o'clock in the evening, Jerusalem time. The times of astronomically determined new moons can be calculated today accurately to 10,000 years before or after today. The further it is from today, the bigger is the delta T, the uncertainty in converting dynamical time to universal time. But Jewish religion rules out often allow postponements of the head of the month. Despite the existence of a fixed calendar, Rosh Chodesh is still announced in synagogue and on the preceding Shabbat, meaning Saturday, Shabbat Mevarkim, the Shabbat of blessing, the new month. The announcement is made after the reading of the Sefer Torah before returning to the Aron Kodesh in a prayer beginning, "May it be your will that you renew this month for us for good and for blessing." The name of the new month and the day of the week on which it falls is given during the prayer. Some communities customarily precede the prayer by an announcement of the exact date and the time of the new moon, offering to as the Molad or birth, and Rosh Chodesh Tishri, which is also Rosh Hashanah, is never announced. Rosh Hashanah, literally meaning head of the year, is the Jewish New Year. The biblical name for this birthday is Yom Teruah, literally day of shouting or blasting the shofar. It's the first day of the Jewish high holy days specified by Leviticus 23 to 32 that occur in the early autumn of the Northern Hemisphere. And this is we call in the Christian Orthodox Church as indictus meaning indicating the date of the start of the new year, which is in September. We celebrate it 1st of September, whereas, of course, Rosh Hashanah is a moving holiday. It could be anywhere from, beginning of September to the end of September, depending on the astronomy. This is from Wikipedia. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.